And welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today we're playing Empire Total War, but in a format that we've not had before. This is Empire Total War on iPad. It's out now. It came out on the 21st of November. It's available on iOS and Android. There'll be a link in the video description where you can check it out. If you're watching the stream live on Twitch, you can type !Empire. It'll take you to Feral's site where you can have a look at all the information about the game, what's new, what they've added, various updates and things like that they've posted across the development of the mobile version, or I should say the mobile perk, because this isn't a watered cut down. If anything, this is like Empire 1.5, because they've actually added in and tweaked and changed some of the original game's mechanics, and I think for the better. I'm going to very briefly go through some of those tweaks and changes that they've made, and then we're going to dive on into some gameplay. I think we're going to play as the Dutch today, but going through the vast number of tweaks and changes that they have made for Empire Total War on iOS and Android. They've added in the replenishment system from Napoleon. That's probably the easiest way to describe it, where you get passive replenishment. Previously in Empire, you had to select your troops and then pay money to start replenishing them. This way, they replenish at different rates, I believe, based on... is it the buildings that are linked to whether they can actually recruit those units, or that adds a modifier or different techs and things like that as well. So you've got that in there. You've got religious conversion logic has been changed in there as well. And you've also got a whole sweeping host of changes to town wealth and prosperity, which I had an interview with Feral the other week to chat about this. And this actually made me fully aware of some kind of deeper economic mechanics in Empire. Never realized that were there. And kind of a lot of things I found that is stuff that was almost like buried beneath the surface that Feral had been able to bring to the front and actually kind of even reconnect some of the crossed wires from the original game that made it so that some features never worked fully as intended. And they've been able to kind of bring them together, and you get a much better experience in Empire because of that. They've also added in an option to have peaceful government reform, which means that previously in the original PC version, you would have to essentially upset one of your classes, either the nobility, middle class, or was it like nobility and lower classes, to trigger a, depending on which ones you upset, to trigger a rebellion, which when that went through, it would change the government type from, say, constitutional monarchy to absolute monarchy or republic, and one of those three constantly changing around. So they've now added an option that allows you to reform the government peacefully, so you don't have to essentially put your empire at risk, causing a lot of strife in the process. So yeah, we've got the replenishment in there that also applies to naval units as well, and you also have auxiliary, an auxiliary system, which essentially makes it so that there are kind of cheaper units, cheaper basic units to use for garrisons and things like that. But if you go over the number, you can't just spam out a load of these auxiliaries, because then you'll go over the limit and it'll start costing you a lot more money for things like that. So it's good for kind of just positioning some basic troops just to look after your provinces once you've conquered them. Research has been overhauled as well, a much better, more straightforward system. I'll go through that when we dive into the gameplay as well. Essentially, your gentlemen as well are a bit more freer as long as they're in one of your own regions. They don't actually need to be sat at a university all the time, so it gives you a bit more kind of utility with them to send them out to go and duel other characters or try and steal some technology. As long as you bring them back to one of your regions, they'll add their they'll add to the research points. So you've now kind of got a full research point system. It's probably the easiest way to explain it is similar to how research is done, I think, in like Civilization. You get a certain number of research points now, and then you choose how you want those points allocated across a turn, essentially. And then you allocate those points to different bits of research. So you can manage multiple bits of research that way. And you can also, on the fly, every single turn, adjust the points that you want to put into a various bit of research. So if you want one done very quickly, you want to put all your points into it. If you want one or two bits of research just ticking over in the background, throw a couple of points into them, and obviously then have another bit of research as your primary research focus. So put the majority of your points in there. The game will also remind you now if you haven't spent all your research points, because otherwise you're just wasting research points. So that seems like a really solid change as well. Sieges, fortifications, artillery, they've essentially tried to make them less buggy. There's been moments where units have been triggering in the base game, in the original game on PC, have been triggering the gates opening at the wrong times and things like that. And that's caused all sorts of craziness and kerfuffling. So they've addressed a lot of issues there. Obviously, a whole host of UI improvements to, again, take the game mobile. Touch controls, although I'm using the keyboard and mouse today because it's fully supportive of keyboard and mouse, which I've got through just a cheap Bluetooth set from Amazon. As I said, there's some economy tweaks as well. So I think it's more the curve is more, you should get more money in the early to mid game, and then it should taper off, because what they found is that in the PC version, you ended up by the end of the game having just silly amounts of wealth because things weren't quite synergizing properly. But again, probably the bullet point breakdown of town wealth and prosperity changes is that essentially all the systems now work as intended to better support buffs and bonuses for increasing your town growth and prosperity. And that means you get a far more balanced curve of increased economic growth over time, rather than some mad fluctuations that you would typically get in the original PC version. There have been some adjustments to a few land and naval units, but largely Feral have kept the original unit balancing from the 2009 PC release, so that you get that you get the gameplay as intended as such. Traits and followers now have new color-coded UI details, and also I believe diplomacy, you can now see the proposal balance, so the likelihood of a diplomatic proposition actually going through, which is kind of a feature from more modern Total Wars that Feral have kind of backported and brought into Empire here. And yeah, there's a whole host of other changes, but the best way to kind of experience these and see what I'm talking about is to dive on in and witness Empire Total War on iPad. So that's what we're going to do. So again, I've got my mouse. We're going to go to new game. We're going to go to Grand Campaign. Now, they do have play battle where you can just go through land, sea, siege. You can replay, save battles, scenarios as well. Actually, what are the scenarios in this? I never checked. Oh, right. Yeah. So they've got all these added in. Lovely. And they've got the Road to Independence campaign, which is your tutorial if you've never played before, and you also get to play as the US that way. You've got battle tutorials there as well. War on land, war at sea. Some additional bits and pieces in there. They've also added in a lot of tutorial elements to when you first dive into the game as well on mobile. But one of the immediate changes that I love straight away is that this is your campaign map selection screen. Quite literally a campaign map selection screen. So you can click on each nation and you can see their strengths and weaknesses. So it gives you a nice little overview there, gives you a bit of a description, and you've also got their objectives: long campaign, world domination, or short. And it also tells you the number of regions per theater that you need. So we can see that for Great Britain on long campaign, you need 4 victory conditions in America, 4 victory regions in America, 6 in Europe, 3 in India, and a total of 35 regions across the world map. So, and it also highlights the ones you need, which is again really nice, really cool. I'm just going to go back in. I am going to play as the Netherlands today, as the United Provinces, because I just really like their start. They have a region in each of the theaters, if I'm not mistaken, and kind of probably one of the best factions aside from like Britain or something like that to just spread out in any direction. Which in the scope and scale of Empire is great. So their strengths, they are an established maritime trading with Americas and India. Weaknesses, they have a precarious starting situation in Europe because, yeah, they're essentially surrounded by everyone. We can also then configure some options as well. I'm going to leave it on very hard, very hard. So if you don't like the sound of or if you've played some campaigns and you don't like the new replenishment system that they've added, you can go back to the original. And same with, you can choose how you want it for land and naval units. Miscellaneous religion, you can have the newer, improved modern system, which is a small amount of religious conversions will happen in all regions. Religious buildings provide faction-wide and global bonuses. Or you can go back to the original method, the original implementation, which is religious conversions only happen in regions with religious building and or agents in them. I'm going to leave it on modern. And forts as well. Forts cost money to maintain but provide a discount to garrison units, so an incentive to actually garrison forts. Or the original method is that forts have no upkeep cost or effect on garrison unit upkeep. So there we go. Right. Other than that, we are all good. Let's begin. In we go.
Your first priority should be to defend your home region against the Catholic Spanish, who are seeking to destroy Protestantism and restore superstition and fear to the land. Following that, capturing Flanders would not only expel the Spanish from Northern Europe, it would also unite all Netherlanders under a single banner. It's important to make and maintain alliances with other Protestant nations. You're already allied to Britain by virtue of William of Orange's position on the throne of England, and the military might of Prussia could make them an important ally. You should also try to expand your colonial possessions in the Caribbean Sea. Trade is an essential part of Dutch culture, so keep sending Indiaman merchant ships to the trade theatres in the South Atlantic, East Indies, off the coast of Africa, and your colonies in the Caribbean and Ceylon. Maintain a navy to patrol your sea trade routes and protect them from attack.
Okay, so there we go. There's our starting overview. Lovely. We can just dismiss the advisor there. If I right click on it. Oh, swipe. Don't think there is a alternative one to get that away with the mouse and keyboard, maybe clicking off something. But yeah, so I've got kind of full touch control right now. I'm doing that without moving the mouse around, so I can just kind of mix and match if I want to. But yeah, we are on the iPad, just taking a look at the map, and you can see some of the UI tweaks and changes already. We've got our end turn option, little stopwatch down the bottom right, and it also has our turn number highlighted there, so we're on turn number 1. And then we've got technology and research. So we'll just go through that first of all. So what that's highlighting by saying we've got 15 by it is that we've got 15 points of research. So that's how we can then spend it across different technologies. So we can choose how much we want to put into square formation. And obviously as you adjust it, you can see how many turns it's going to take. So if we put in 4 points, it'll take 10 turns, or if we put in 9 points, it'll take 5. So I'm going to do that straight away. And then we can also, with our remaining points, put them into carbines. But all we can do is put in a maximum of 4 right now. And that will spend all of our points. But we can have both in research like that. Although I've just realized I certainly don't want to do carbines. I want to do plug bayonet, which actually I want to do that before square formation. So we're going to just drag back the square formation to put 4 points in. And then we'll take the full 9 into plug bayonet, because that's only going to take 5 turns now. So that's how you do technology now. And again, technology is separated through the different tiers as well. I'm just scrolling down through them all, or you can just tap the side, different icons to go through textile. So they've actually separated things out a little bit as well. So you've got textile industry, you've got philosophy, you've got metal industry, agriculture, then naval, ordnance, and military. So I'll show you everything there. We can see our national summary, and they've also added in, just again, there's something that I think Feral do really well when they do these mobile ports, and also kind of the quality of life changes. They bring a lot more of the information to the front. So stuff that was previously hidden or just not well shown in the UI of the PC version, they make a point of bringing that to the forefront. So you've got good income and outgoing, coverage there, which is fine, but you can also tap for more details. That'll take you straight to the help screen. but you can also go through, I think it's, yeah, so you can go to this, you can go to your list, and you can actually see more information here at a glance of income, wealth, tax rate. You can also see some new icons added for growth and religion, and you can see whether population growth is growing at a glance, and all the public orders, which is really nice. You can also see when it's dropping down. You can also see what the religion is. And yeah, just nice at a glance, you can see all those points. You can also see, oh, they've added in replenishment. The unit is replenished to full strength. That's cool. Didn't notice that before. You can easily see how many soldiers and troops they've got, how much they're costing per turn. Agents, see where they're located, and same with your fleets. So yeah, really like that. If we go to our objectives, I didn't actually look at our objectives for this. We just jumped straight on in. I think we're on a short victory. That's fine. We're just kind of taking a look at it today. We might do some more of this campaign or check out another faction next week as well, where we do a little bit more of this. But we've got to capture and hold 25 regions by the end of 1799, turn 200, including the regions shown. So it's just at a glance, tells us where we need to conquer. We need New York, New Amsterdam. We need Flanders. We need Hindustan. We need Bajapur. We need Goa, Mysore, Karnatia. Probably butchering the pronunciation, but that's par for the course. We can see politics and ministers, so we can adjust our tax rates through here. See what the impact's going to be for India, America, and Europe, because we'll have a governor in each. Then we can see our cabinet. We can see our lovely monarch as well, Wilhelm. He has no buffs or bonuses. And then we can see our individual cabinet, and we can just click on each one and see what buffs and bonuses they have. Also, oh, it suggests better candidates for that role, which is my governor for America, my governor for India, and also equivalent candidates. Interesting. What? We are a republic. So he is lewd and loose, and he is a naval enthusiast. Next elections in 7 turns. We've got 60% popularity. We can hold an instant election. I mean, I might just give this guy the boot, because you're not doing anything for me. No diplomatic bonuses, no increase to town wealth or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of you, Yoz. And you've been replaced by equally disappointing Jordan. You are pious, though. So there's that. You could be worse. Our treasury minister is great. Loving that. Justice minister, not so good, but can't kick anybody else out. I do like they give you better candidates, but I don't really want to shuffle them around because they're all doing a pretty decent job. Policies, recruitment for naval unit for, yeah. Minister for naval warfare. You're doing all right there. And yeah, governor for India. You're doing all right. And same for America. So we'll leave those guys in play. Let's go back across the map and take a look. I haven't actually... There we go, got my keyboard going now as well, so I can do that. There we go. So we can see our troops along the bottom. What have we got here? A notification. Oh, an advisor report. Where to start? Lovely. The Gregorian calendar. Well, let's first of all go to our farm site, and we can get peasant farms in there. They've also changed that, again, the kind of UI here. You can easily see with the little pips next to it, the tiers that you can go up. And you can also see the fertility rating, which here is the little 5 there. So we've got an abundant yield. Thing that's going to throw me is getting used to the fact I don't need to hide my gentlemen's in schools anymore. Tech requires that, so we select each building and we can just see it from there. If we select here, we can just click on each one. You can also manage now your whole region just from your actual main city, so it will show you all the other buildings that are decentralized out, and you just click on them as you go through, which is pretty cool. Cobbled roads, we definitely want to get them in there. How much gold have we got? 5,700, and we're getting 4,525 a turn, which is really good. Can't upgrade any of those because tech is all required. It has represented. That's a lot. I will do the opera house, but then I'm also going to want to start recruiting some more units. There's all of them there. I was looking at what we've currently got. You're probably going to want to, well, who is Spain has, oh yeah, I forget Spain has Brussels at the start. Interesting. So yeah, gentlemen do buff research like before. They just don't need to be placed in the school to provide the research bonus. It gives you, now research has changed to a point-based system. They just help generate additional points. So as long as they're in one of your regions, they will generate points for you. We've got up here, cycle through theaters. Okay, I just have to, I was like, what do I do for recruiting? Just double click it. Nice. So what can we get? We can get conscripts. And we can get line infantry. Again, kind of just looking at the layout here. I think it's really solid improvement. From here as well, we can also see public order. We can see our income and growth. Also have wealth rankings as well, which is a new thing. You can see all the taxable wealth modifiers as well. And again, this is the kind of a lot of work they've done with taxable wealth modifiers and just kind of you're looking at the impact of other modifiers all synergizing. So something that they told me is that there's essentially various tiers that act in the background, and when your wealth grows to a certain amount, you go to the next tier, which has its own buffs and bonuses, which the original system in the PC version, it was never kind of fully kind of connected up correctly or in the right way for it all to work as intended, which had some weird and wonderful results, which is why you suddenly have massive fluctuations in tax wealth for certain regions. Or you'd also have some regions that start off incredibly wealthy despite the fact that their modifiers didn't support that. Or you had them hitting the next threshold to go up into the next tax wealth bracket as such, which should have carried some increased modifiers, but it hit like a ceiling almost, so it never went further than that. We've got also population growth, and we can see the impact there and what's happening. All towns are established, though, so there's nothing else to do there. I am going to... God, line if you're expensive. But I'm going to get some more just because I know that they are quality. Though conscripts will do a reasonable job, won't they? Didn't even look at what the upkeep cost was. Range is 70, accuracy is 40. That's pretty good. Reloading skill 15 on the conscripts, 25 on these guys. Okay, let's go big. Let's go. Oh, okay, no, go for those three, because that's all we can get. And in terms of ships, I can get an Indiaman, so that signify. Okay, both. Oh, we got flutes. Yes, which are stern. Oh, we can see like far better breakdown of the different guns. That's great. Love more information. So firepower is 498 on the flute. And that is with 42 guns and a crew of 142. Or we can have the cheap and cheerful Indianman, which is 12 guns, firepower of 132. So they might struggle. They are an upkeep of 50 per turn, though, whereas a flute upkeep is 240 per turn. So you probably still want to do some Indian men for now. Cheap and cheerful. Do I not have a fleet here? Let's find me fleets. Caribbean Sea, Indian Ocean, East Indies. Okay, we've got one in the north. Oh, right. Derp, right there. It just can't see it. A sloop, a brig, a fifth rate, and admiral. And that's probably in what? In a fleet, a trade ship. Of course. Of course he's in a trade ship. Well, what we'll do is we'll pop you into Rotterdam. So we can get those additional ships. Oh, and when you have them selected there, you can just open the recruitment. That's pretty cool. You can just click that as a shortcut to it. Nice. They fixed the Empire AI. So they did make some tweaks and changes to it. I don't think there's any kind of massive overhauls just because that's beyond the scope of kind of what's almost possible. But it should feel like a tighter experience. And a lot of it is things are fully connected up and working as intended. Seems to be the big focus here. Can I go and take Cologne? I feel like I can. I feel like I should. Let's go to diplomacy and have a little look. We haven't had a look here, so we can see attitudes against me. They'll be a minor nation, won't they? Westphalia. Right, so they are allied to Württemberg, Austria, and Hanover. So that's going to be difficult to go after them without drawing in a lot of big friends. That's far from ideal. Out of interest, though, because Spain does have Flanders. They're allied to France and Bavaria. I now understand why it said the start for the Dutch, for the Netherlands, is very precarious. Because anywhere you want to go, you've got a massive power to face. Although, I kind of feel like Austria shouldn't be able to get to me straight away. So I should be able to wipe out Cologne. Let's go for an infiltrate over on Cologne. Right. Now let's go to India. We have a priest here. How are we doing in terms of religion? Okay. No. So we need you helping to convert then. Just checking. There we go. In your pop. You help out there. I don't actually... I assume they probably don't need to actually be in a settlement. I assume we don't have any more regions, though, to grow here. No, they're all established. So what we could really do with here, actually, is probably having a church. That would help get things converted. But he's in there, so he's trying. Oh, can we come conservatory? Yeah, so we can't build a church. Basic roads we can build though. And a cannon foundry. I love that we get the VOC infantry here though. Company infantry. Just the, you know, the same stats as your standard line infantry, but it's just, you know, tailored to the setting and the theatre that you're fighting in. We've got sepoys, which we can't get any of because I've spent all my money. We've got our other ships here. We can actually recruit an admiral if we want to. A sixth rate, a brig, and a sloop. I didn't actually look at who we're at war with. We are allied. Okay, we're allied to Austria, so maybe we'd be able to bring in Austria against Württemberg then. Okay, we don't have any other active wars, but it's turn 1, so we'll see where this goes. None of you guys are trade ships. There's the Portuguese. I mean, we could be nasty to the Portuguese, and take Goa from them before we then start an invasion of India. Let me just see. Portugal. You're allied with the British though, so that again is very, very risky move. So what I'm going to do is pop you guys into my port for now, and then we're going to jump on through here. So we've got Dutch Guyana. We don't have any money though to put in more roads, which we really need to because I've been doing some investment in my European theatre. Now France is over there. We could go after it. We've also got the pirates to keep an eye on. We've also got Punda. Some militia in there. Cannot recruit a general. We have insufficient funds or no space in that army. Yeah, insufficient funds is why. What have we got here? Craft workshops and a small sugar plantation. Actually, that's what I wanted to have a little look at. Trade. So here we can see the commodities market. So sugar is set to 12. Okay, it's ivory that's the real winner. And we can also see demand and supply rates through here. And we can also see the top exporter. So again, this is something else that Feral have added in just to kind of give you more tactical choice on waging like an economic war. So if you're looking at a lot of colonies and I've got loads of sugar, but I'm not getting a good price because either there's a lot of supply and therefore not much demand. You could see who the top exporter is. So in this case, it's Spain. So I could specifically target Spain and their colonies because I know I'll take control of their sugar plantations and then try and become the top exporter myself. Or if I want to know, like, how can I cripple their economy? So let's say, for instance, let's look at Russia here. They've got a huge amount of fur production. So either I get a load of fur production to weaken the amount they're getting, so I could wage war economically by securing my own fur production, or I could focus on knocking out their fur trade, which I really like, that it's just got a little bit more kind of clearer information on something, because I feel like these are all systems that, again, were meant to be more fleshed out in the original game, and it just, things didn't quite all link up or make sense. So I love that it finally at last does make sense in Feral's port. Now I think we can have a naval battle here. They've got a brig, and a sloop. I should be able to blast them out of the water. So let's go in for our first battle against the pirates. Cue the Pirates of the Caribbean to battle. Balance power. Outgun them. Let's do it. In we go. Let's do it. The route to victory. Yeah, more good. Card bar. Yeah, I think I'm aware of all this. That's fine. So here we go. So this is the UI, obviously, for the iPad. Graphically as well. I haven't really gone through those options, but we're running everything. Actually, I don't even know if there are settings as such. Oh, that's just tabbed it out. There we go. We are on an iPad. It'll be here. Options. Audio and graphics. they're on. We're maxed out. I'm pretty sure it automatically tailors the graphics based on your tablet or phone's hardware. But it all looks good. Do this little zoom in to have a little look. Yeah, that looks good. Again, we're working with what, 2009 textures? That looks good. Looks sharp. Kind of actually looks a little bit better than the PC version. The anti-aliasing looks better anyway. Right. Now we can open the radar map, and we can also drag the radar map to be bigger or smaller depending on how we want it. The wind is against us, so that is not ideal. Group formation. I am going to go for a line here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go for a line that way, but I'm going to spread them this way. Well, actually, no, I'm not. Oh, no, wait, hang on. Oh, right. That arrow is obviously not wind direction. That's where the enemy are coming from. I've got the wind with me, so I'm fine. I've just looked at it here. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's fine. I was looking at the little radar map one going, oh, no. Wind against me. No, that's where they're coming from. So that's fine. So what have I got? I've got a 6th rate. I've got Admiral's 5th rate. And I've got a sloop. This is fine. Start the battle. Off we go. They're turning to try and get to us to fire on us. I'm just going to increase the speed a little bit. Okay, they're coming straight across me, which is not ideal. But I'm going to cut through them. I'm going to take the hits because my ship can do it. Can take those hits to start with. I'm also pretty sure that they've added in some similar effects from Napoleon Total War back into Empire with this port as well. Certainly for craters on the ground in land battles, but I think there's also perhaps some of the graphical effects for naval battles, it seems. That's a solid broadside. Oh, we're going at speed. We're just going to miss. Okay, that's my Admiral ship now able to fire straight through on both sides. Turn it round, boys. Doing some pretty solid damage to their hulls. Keep this ship coming up. Then just have this one sat upwind of them, so they'll have to sail up to us. My ship's looking in pretty good order so far. That one has routed. We can see the top, all of its stats. Just keeping these ones running along the top. See their range. There we go. I know we're sailing into the wind. I know. So I could actually try and chase that one and capture it with my sloop. What's their crew down to? Again, there's something I like with the keyboard and mouse. You still maintain the full touch controls if you want to. So you can be keyboard and mousing. And then if you want to hover over any additional information, you can just tap on screen. But also, if you were to do touch controls and you're thinking, like, how do I order an attack? You literally just tap the enemy ship. Tap on the screen where you want it to go. Double tap it, one tap it for different speeds. All very nice and easy to use. That ship's coming back. So let's swing on round that away. They're coming around behind us. I'm going to loop on round if I can. Very swiftly. Turn, 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 turn. So at a glance, so will this show me how much crew? 64 crew at full strength. I think if I hover over it, it will tell me how much crew I've got left. I am going to go for a boarding action now on this one with that sloop. Okay, let's try and get the wind again. Right, I'm coming around behind. I'm going to try and get these guys in between my two ships. Just checking the health on each side. Yep, they're doing good. It feels really fast and fluid as well. Very smooth and satisfying. And you also see in real time the number of guns ready to fire. If you want to do manual broadsides, but I always find it's best to just do them automatically. Okay, I'm just going to go through them both. Ship should be able to fire both sides at once. That's great. Enemy captured. Nice. Oh, it's sinking. It definitely will, because that ship has just fully rammed it. Yeah, so we won't be able to capture that one, which is a shame. And there we go. The others are broken. I could carry on to fight and capture them a bit, but I'm just going to end the battle there. A heroic victory. We can save the replay if we want, or we can just close and go back to the campaign map, which is what we're going to do. Does a good match this point. Yeah, it's running so well. And now, obviously, we get a little explainer about automatic replenishment, which is obviously a new system, which if you don't like it, you can just go back to the original system. So we can manage fleet and capture ships. We didn't actually capture any of them. They've lost all 3 of theirs. That's fine. So no prize money to be attained. And we can now see these guys are replenishing. This sloop has got like fast replenishment to it. The other 2, I think, is that like slow or medium replenishment with the red heart on them there. So I'm just going to grab you guys though and take you back to our port over at Punda. So there's the recruitment crew. So queue rather. So yeah, you don't need to manually replenish them anymore and spend money on that. They'll just do it in the background like Napoleon Total War system. I think that's all we can do, apart from maybe going and seeing if we can get some trade deals. Let's have a look. Is there anyone we can trade with? Major nations? No, no one's open. We're already trading with vast majority of them. There is trade available with Hanover. So let's get in there and request trade. And we can see that they've added in again, similar to more recent Total Wars, balance proposition, because you never used to know. You didn't have any indicator of how well it was going to be received until after you'd sent it. So that's unacceptable, apparently. So we will go to technology. We've got none to trade. We will see if they want some money. That's all I've got. That is negotiable, apparently. Just offering them that little bit. So let's see. Pose of little to commend them and therefore must be rejected. Okay, so I'm probably going to need to give them... Well, I mean, what I could do is offer... $200 gold repeatedly for 3 turns. They might not want to negotiate. Let's try that though. No. Okay, I'm not willing to offer more than that right now, so I'll just offer you a one-off payment next turn when I've got some more money. What's the only minor nation with... Oh no, Westphalia. Well, I'm planning on actually attacking you, so we're not going to worry about that. End the turn. So, Austria has been attacked by Poland and Lithuania. I am going to enter on the side of my ally because I feel like I need Austria on side to help me against Württemberg, potentially. Although, have they already lost Westphalia? Were they not allied there? I was reading it wrong. But yeah, let's stay allied to Austria for now. Diplomacy. War in Europe. Great Britain and Poland, Lithuania. So we get a little heads up about that. Also give us a little bit of notifications of various bits and pieces. I like how this comes down. It kind of reminds me of like Crusader Kings, where you get things like popping down that side. A little bit there. Right, yeah. So currently our research, all 15 points that we have, we can gain more points by building more schools, having more gentlemen, things like that, and upgrading them. But currently our 15 points are still allocated across those 2 bits of technology that we've got going. We could go in and adjust them if we wanted to. So we could take it completely off square formation. We can see how that's going through each and every turn. We've got 11% progress, 14% progress next turn. So it's slowly working its way through that with just 4 points allocated to square formation. We put 9 points into plug bayonet, so we can see that it's going to be done in 4 turns. Or we could scale that back and take off some of those points. So drop off 5, and it's going to then take 7 turns. But it would mean that we could then go into, say, carbines with some points to start doing that. So we could have multiple techs all being done at the same time. So the number of techs you can research are no longer restricted by the number of schools or universities that you have. It's down to how you want to allocate your points. You can still, I think you can still tech with gentlemen, or it's if you steal research points, I think it is, to spend in specific techs. I think that's like the normal roll, as it were. You'll steal some points towards a specific tech, and then I think there's also a critical success chance as such, kind of again similar from like RPGs and things like that, but there's like a critical success chance that very small chance that you might come away with the whole technology rather than just some points for it. This, honestly, I would kill to have this in regular Empire Total War. I think this is a much better system for doing technology. And it's actually a system that I would like, maybe expanded upon a little bit more for the next series of historical games, because I think having a points-based system like this makes a lot more sense, and it can synergize and work with a lot of other mechanics and features. Anyway, we're not going to do that. We are going to leave our points all into plug bayonet. We want to get that as soon as possible. Right, so we haven't built anything up here. I'm going to get basic roads in there because that is just a good boon of benefit. Settlement fortification, I'm really not that worried about getting that in there anytime soon. We can upgrade the Weaver's Cottage if we want. That's a lot of money. I mean, seeing this is not exactly going to be a full playthrough and just rather me messing about, I kind of feel like sowing a little bit of carnage and chaos. Should we go take this from the French? Have the French angry on our border. Although, you know what? Let's go and see how they feel probably once I go after Westphalia here. But who were they allied to? Were they not allied to? Ah, they're not. Are they? Ah, yes, good, perfect. Westphalia are perfect now for the picking. They're not allied to Austria anymore. I guess they declined to join that war against Poland. Perfect. So we can now go in here. Yeah, I'm going to infiltrate, please. Mission successful. Lovely. So we can now see what they've got there. We can see the buildings. Everything that they've got in here. What tier they are. So actually they've got that at the next tier already. Cool. Right, I'm going to assemble my army. There's a lot of garrison troops in there, though. I can't recruit a lot more. We should some cavalry probably would be a good idea. Lionheart cavalry. Let's do that. We've got two generals in there, which we definitely don't want. But then let's hope that our superior line infantry plus cannons are going to be enough to attack them. That's what I'm going to try and do. I am going to send you to go. I'm going to show you off so we can steal research or we can duel. I'm going to try and steal some research and show how that system works. So we can now see that now I've taken that gentleman out of my territory. We're only generating 10 points of research now. We can actually see how we get research as well, and when we get bonus research. So we're getting a bonus point from philosophy. We're getting 10 from our school. Our gentleman is now producing none, though, because he's not in our territory. So that's what you have to balance with. Do you take your gentleman, or do you take them out of your territory and kind of use them to steal technology elsewhere, or do you leave them in your territory? So we can now see that has had an impact on that we can't research square formation because we're using the maximum number of points that we currently have on plug bayonet. Yeah, we'll leave all those guys there. Nothing else to do. What have we got? No notifications are advice reports. So this is actually quite useful for new and old players alike. It's giving you a good rundown of everything that you could be doing and advise a report every single turn. So that's great. Come over here. I don't think we're going to worry about doing anything in India, to be honest. And America, I might throw in some forces here to go after France, but I think we're going to focus on Europe, at least for the time being, on taking Cologne. So we'll end the turn again. Prussia is attacking Austria. Who'd have thunk it? We will enter on the side of my ally. I probably should check my diplomacy when we get back to our next turn, because I kind of feel like we're going to have a fair few foes to face. Getting dragged into it by the beast that is Austria. It cries, you drop little man at nursery first time. Oh, yeah, I know that feeling. Right in the heart, it gets you. Take it easy. You'll be okay. Time to raise some taxes. No, I'm good, thanks. Lists panel. Yeah, I've been checking that out. Successful mission. Well done. What else that we had there? We had, oh yeah, Captain Kidd. Austria and Great Britain. United Provinces and Prussia. Because it was like, pick two of your friends in the playground. I couldn't pick both. Yeah, well, stop waging war with one another. So we're now at war with Prussia. Great. Oh yeah, I was going to get more trade with Hanover, but I can't because oh no, I can. But we're not at war yet. Request trade? Unacceptable. You're unacceptable. I can't have any. You know, once I get some tech, I'll just trade the tech for the trade. I think. I am going to select everybody. I'm not going to take both generals though. Can I deselect you, sir? No. Okay. What button is it? Oh, you know what? We're going to take you all out. And then we're going to pop you back. Forward! Also, something I didn't know till recently. Empire Total War, as far as I'm aware, is one of the few Total Wars that has like... It's not full for absolutely every single nation in it, but it's got full localized voice acting for when you click on the units. They speak their own native languages, which I think is really nice. It's a nice touch. Declare war, yes. Oh, right. Their allies Hanover and Württemberg. Let's see who joins this war. Okay, Hanover said no, but Württemberg said yes. Great Britain and Austria stay allied to me. I wonder, if I press the attack with my cavalry, am I coming in as reinforcements? I am. Nice. They are they fixed? Ah, damn. Nice, we don't want to do that. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, right, okay, you've run all the way over there. Yeah, I don't want to do that because... we need the cannons. The cannons can only deploy at the start and that's it. So if they come in as reinforcement, we won't get them. And we need those cannons to try and deal with all these militia. I am going to recruit some more units. I can get more infantry. We're going to need all the infantry we can get for this. You guys, I don't think there's no point me trying to... go toe-to-toe with the fleets in Europe. Although defending my ports would probably be a good idea. Ah, that's where we've got our trade fleet. Fleets to defend it. And we're getting sugar from here. Does it not create a little line back? Trade route. Oh, that one. Oh, right. Hang on. I am seeing it. The trade route. Oh, no, it is there. It's just really faint on the map. I couldn't quite see it. 1,197 because That brig is not really needed, but it's helping to defend. Okay. Right. Go back to the European theatre. I'm gonna send that admiral is a flute, so you are a trade ship. So I'm gonna send that and my merchantman. Sorry, my Indianman off to trade. Where are we gonna go? You know what? Ivory Coast probably would be a great option. You've got these pirates here. What else have they got? Zebex. Okay. In that case, I'm probably going to want to go with the 5th rate as well to support. So we'll send. I mean, I should probably get more ships as well. I can't recruit them though. They're expensive. We can at least go set up our initial trade though. Ivory Coast, that's where I want to go. Boom. Lovely. Off we go with my ships. Right. End the turn again and get ready to wage war for Cologne. Ah, okay. We're stealing technology. So, this is new as well. I've not seen this before, so we can see what techs they have available. I'm going to steal canister shot. I've got 18% chance it will steal the technology at the end of your turn, but I'm assuming he still generates a few points of research in that as well. France declares war on me. Of course it does. Let's see. Oh, Austria, you abandoned me after all I've done for you, but Great Britain has joined me. Lovely. Trade route raided. So I can literally click on it and zoom to location. All right, yeah, so they're bloody pirates. Yeah, my advisor report. I love that. It gives you really decent kind of feedback. On what you're doing. Okay, it's 32% chance I'll steal it. As it just builds each turn. Nice. So I guess it just increases over time my chance of actually getting it. That's cool. I like that. Right, now we're going to attack. They have 1,992. That is a lot of file armed citizenry, but my troops are better and more drilled. I'm just going to bring in the additional troops that we have available. We'll have some infantry probably coming in to reinforce, although they might actually be able to reach because I think the slow reinforcement range was because of the cannons. There we go. We're bringing some additional troops in then, ready to take Cologne. So we now got 1,800 versus their 1,992. We've got some cannon as well. We can do saves as well. They also change saves so that they're grouped by campaign, which is nice and easy. So if you've got multiple campaigns on the go, you can manage that. So in we go. Let's do it. What was that exploit? RNDM? Yeah, if you're wondering why it looks all different, we're on iPad right now. Here we go. Whee! Lovely. Right. It runs so well. I'm impressed because we're on, what, ultra unit size here? Hello. He's seen things. Many, many pixelated things. So many things. Right. Prepare the cannon! We don't have canister shot, unfortunately. That's what we're currently trying to steal. So it's just round shot. So we can probably have them behind my line a little bit. I don't need them in the line because I need that for when I'm doing canister. Although if we're setting these guys back for where we've got clear line of sight, it probably wouldn't hurt having the infantry there. I think, what are we going to do? We want a solid center. So let's have these guys like so in between the cannons. Then we can have two more. All the keyboard commands work, which is great. So we get them into the right group that I want. Out to there. And we've got two more to go into another group. Oh, no, it's because I've got all those in the wrong group now. Whoops. Can I do... what's it? Control... There we go. This keyboard has function and command keys very close together, and I keep pressing the wrong one. That's better. Now I've got them in the right bit. Right. Now that one and that one in control group 3. Alt 2. They're going to take the left. Like so. I've got pikemen. Should be control group 4. We're going to have them on the left. But in tighter blocks, I think. In pike wall formation. And I've got 2 units of cavalry, which I've got pikes on one side. They can hold there, so I'll put my cavalry on the right. There we go. Try and get them hidden in the trees as well. General, we'll have you behind these guys here. And then I've got 2 units of militia, which we'll have as group 6. And we'll place them... oh, crap. I've got the pikes in the wrong group. That's good. Right. Start battle. Send my cavalry up to the flank. These guys hidden in the trees. It's good. There we don't have any bayonets yet because we don't even have plug bayonet. Oh. Enemy cavalry. Get him on the charge. Provincial cavalry, yeah, they're going to go down. Certainly against regiment of horse. And my provincial cavalry combined. Get my cannon to try and focus on the enemy troops in the center. We don't have square formation, so we're all at risk. Well, they seem to be doing a good job against the provincial cavalry, though. So they run across the line. Try and go into my cannon, I'd have thought. There's only 30 of them remaining. Gonna pull my cavalry out to the right. I'm gonna pull these guys around. Tell them to run forward. Get the militia into position. Cannon so far seems to be doing a pretty good job. That's good, actually. When you select a unit as well, it automatically highlights the unit you've told to attack it. So these guys are highlighted in red. So you can quite easily see who you've set to be targeted. That's a nice little change. Although maybe it's in the base game, I haven't noticed it. Just adjust the pikes round. Just going to adjust these guys around a bit. I feel like a lot of them are moving past me. On this right flank, move the cavalry in. Point blank cannons. Yeah, keep firing. That'll do against the citizenry as well. Okay, these guys have not moved because they're in pike wall. They will just hold. Take him out of it so we can tell him to advance forward and attack. That is pikemen, so we certainly do not want to go into that. Give those guys a waypoint to run through. In the meantime, we're going to flank around these guys. Let the militia fire off their shot on enemy militia as they come up against our well-drilled, disciplined troops of the line. What they attacked us with here. Just the militia, that's fine. Send these guys into melee mode to chase them down. Okay, they've already broken. Reform, ready to fight, ready to go. Charge that unit of militia, which frees these guys up to advance after the cavalry, which I've forgotten to move and is about to get piked. Run, cav, run. No cavalry skewers today, please. Fire at that unit right in front of you, please, cannon. Same with that one. How are we doing, pikes? Oh, you're shattering the cisternry. Finish them off, because then you can go help these guys out over here, which are definitely struggling. Put them into pike wall. They've gone. They've broken. And again, we're attacking your settlements. All we need to do here is claim the win. And it's job done. Right. Fold you guys round. Where are those pikes going? They're still chasing my cavalry. Let's move the militia across. I'm going to tell the artillery now to stop firing because it's going to get very dicey with my cavalry otherwise. Send the pikes in. Nice. Lovely stuff. There we go, militia, bring down the pikes. In we go. Go, 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 go. Turn up on this unit here. On to the next group. Flank round my militia so they can shoot the pikes in the back. Oh, they've just gone into the next group of citizenry. Finish them off. Perfect. What's that next on that? Move around behind him, fire a few shots, and then charge on in. Let's watch this. Ollie! Yeah, they've gone. Love it. That should be victory. Right. End the battle. Don't need to keep fighting. Job done. Okay, so we deployed 1,800. We lost 548. 1,252 remaining. Lovely. Who got the most kills? Oh, does it not let me filter? Feral, I have a patch point. If I could tap kills and it have it auto reconfigure for the statistics, that'd be lovely. But yeah, who did get the most? I'm seeing 205 provincial cavalry, 202 pikemen, 174 for line infantry. Line infantry did really well, actually. Really well. Good stuff. And so yeah, this is another new addition. When you take a settlement, you now actually get a choice. Because previously you just take it. There wouldn't be any bit thrown up. So this is something they backported from Napoleon. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that is the exact like key art image there from Napoleon. So you can either occupy or you can liberate. And you create a new protectorate. You create Hessen. Which is lovely. But I want to claim this for myself, so I'm occupying. So you select which one you want, and then you confirm it. Job done. So with that, we have destroyed Westphalia, and we've taken the Rhineland. Gotta admit, it's actually nice to see a lot of mechanics and features, and kind of subtle tweaks coming in from Napoleon here, being kind of backward, because obviously Napoleon was very much like, to a degree, Empire 2.0, obviously a narrower focus and slightly further along in the timeline, but that's essentially, you know, what they did. That they built off Empire and made something a bit more refined, found out what worked, what didn't work, and tweak and change it from that. So it's actually nice to see some of those features kind of coming back into Empire and trickle fed back in with Feral being able to kind of come back to the game and the series. So our public order here is bad right now because we've just conquered it. That's fine. Buildings, yeah, we need to get things repaired, so we just get it in there. Everything else needs technologies. So here actually we can see a really good indicator of the Napoleon replenishment system that's been added in for Empire. So they're all on like little yellow hearts, so that means they've got like medium replenishment, and that's just gonna sort them out in the background. Nice. Also got our rake. We're at war with France, so we should probably keep an eye on France, what they're doing, see where their armies are going. God, that's a face and a half, isn't it? Hello. Other than that, so yeah, France is definitely going to come and harass my ports now, and I've just sent my ships off. We've got these little brigs, but I don't have anything really substantial, so we're probably about to be crippled in terms of trade, which is not good. I mean, if anything, actually, I should probably bring these guys back, but they're now stuck the wrong side of the English Channel, so I'm going to have to go up and over to try and save them. We don't really, unfortunately, I don't have the opportunity to kind of do anything in my other colonies right now. So oh, right, so we have gained... Right, here we go. So there must be another school here. Yes. So we've gained another college. Does actually tell us conducts technology research, points 15 per turn. So I was like, we've got 15 points free. So we've got, full 9 going into Pug Bayonets. Can be done in 2 turns. But it means we could also start putting some other points in square formation. So we've got another whole, like, 9 that we can drop in here and go all the way up through. So we have square formation in 4 turns if we wanted to, which I think I will do, actually, because it's going to be very useful early on combating enemy forces. We're trying to steal canister shot from the French, aren't we? But we do actually have 5 points free. So I can see both that I'm researching there. So we could actually start researching something else as well. Could put some points into canister shot, I guess. But if we're going to steal that anyway, let's not worry about that one. Improved grenades. Near. Sure, facilities. Oh, and it also tells you who knows that tech. So you can go and specifically target them with your gentlemen to try and steal that technology. That's really good. Oh, I like that. Yeah, so plenty of people, and it shows of them highlighted in red which of those are your enemies, so you can go and, go after your enemy's tech. That's really nice. We'll start going in agricultural stuff, though. Let's start working on that. And let me just see. Agent, you are stealing research, 32% chance. Let's see if that pays off. We do another intern. Oh, France attacking me with native auxiliary bowmen. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see that off, so I'm going to have to take the auto resolve on that, which is really bad for us because we now just lost a rather profitable colony. They've done what I was planning to do to them, but they did it before I could act because I was focused on Cologne. Damn it, France. Damn it. Why? Why you do this? As my ruse playing as the Dutch not disguise the fact that I am in fact British. And therefore France must always be at war with Britain. At least in this time period. Or historically. Now we're all lovely friends. For now. Town wealth stagnation. Yep. But also I've lost the region. Good thing we took Cologne though, because otherwise I would be really struggling economically. But thankfully taking Cologne has helped. See, our population is pretty massive. So that's all well and good. We've got quite a lot of resources actually here. It's a veritable gold mine. Right. Yeah, if we don't want to go to war with them. Where's France? France's fleet is stuck in the channel. That's fine. So I could pull my fleet round that way and keep going after them. Very well. Yeah, so that's how to confirm movement. They brought their army back. Were you successful or was I ousted? I was ousted. 46, but it keeps increasing every single turn. The chance to steal it. So that's good. We've nearly finished with plug bayonet. So that's good. We need to plan our next moves in Europe. Cologne, I can get a horse, but that's about it. Upgrade that if I wanted to, but that's not really what we want to go for just yet. We need more troops, but also, I mean, I should make sure we don't suffer any further losses in the Americas, so we should probably think about recruiting some units over here. We can actually get line infantry or colonial line infantry. It's fine. But they're going to be needed to stop the French storming on through here. They don't have many forces though. But that is a huge amount of money for us to lose. Huge amount of money for us to lose. So we need to get the line infantry up and running and reclaim that. But I think that will have to wait for another time when we resume this iPad adventure. So this isn't going to be a full series, but I do want to do probably another stream also of this. So if you do have any questions, if you watch this over on YouTube, the edited recording, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts about Empire Total War on mobile, on iOS and Android. Let me know if you've picked it up for yourself, how you're getting on with it, how you're finding the controls. Personally, I think if you've got the space for it, the fact that this does have full keyboard and mouse support, and I believe this is the first feral mobile port of Total War to have that. But yeah, this playing on keyboard and mouse, really, really handy. And for me, it's far less. You don't have to get my head round a different control scheme, because like the touch controls do work well. Like you can just pinch and zoom. They're very fluid, very natural. But I think certainly in battles, having keyboard and mouse is quite a benefit. And I think also coming from the fact that I've played these games on PC with keyboard and mouse, just having these connected via Bluetooth to then run the iPad version is a very seamless transition over. And even though obviously the UI is more geared towards mobile on this, I don't think I found anything particularly complex or out of place with this. It feels really nice, feels really natural. And just honestly, it's a pleasure being able to play Total War in this form factor. And I can definitely see, you know, myself when I've got a train journey or something like that, when obviously not driving or something, but when I've got time to just sit on the plane or something, just get the keyboard and mouse out, or if there's no space for that, just playing the game on tablet. The fact that you can just kind of pick it up whenever you want, keep going, and you know, play probably one of the grandest in kind of scope. Not necessarily scale when you compare it to things like Warhammer now with Immortal Empires, but in terms of scope, this is something I've always loved about Empire, that it was incredibly ambitious with how broad it tried to go. And yeah, the gameplay itself feels much tighter in the mobile version. I really like what they've done with research. And yeah, genuinely actually be like, yeah, CA, kind of take note of this, because I think this is actually quite a good way to do research in future Total Wars. I like the point-based system and how that all interacts in. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Until the next one, take care and ciao for now.